Okay, final blog from the trial, domestic violence case. Verdict is in. Not guilty. Not guilty. And I think I know why. Now, we had discussed already, all the pieces of evidence that they didn't allow, right? Which is completely ridiculous. How do you... It's like looking at a painting through a straw, And what I mean by that is, how can you see the whole painting? It doesn't make sense, but that's the legal system, especially in blue states. Sorry, but that's the truth. But I think the biggest thing is this, is, I'm a guy. And I'm claiming to be a victim, which of course I was. But, I'm not up there crying. I'm not up there sobbing, weeping, playing the victim. Because that's not how I am, I got sad one time when we were kind of talking about things, but in these cases, you're a victim, so, mentally or psychologically, they kind of expect you to be crying and weeping and, playing the whole part, which I know if the roles were reversed, that's what she'd be doing. And she'd win. Given the same exact evidence, 100% she would have won the case. Either way. If she was in my position, she would have won. I lose either way too. If I'm in her position, I'm guilty of the same exact situation because I'm a guy. And she'd be up there crying and weeping and putting on a show. And that's what she does anyways. But, ultimately, like I said earlier, I don't really care. It doesn't matter today. Because it's about the process. It's about understanding that there's consequences for your actions. And she's been through a lot. They know her by name at court. She's on the wall of fame over there. And that's sad. But it's true. She is. I'm going to move on. I'm going to be stronger. Honestly, it's part of my life that's, I've disconnected from, and I'm able to focus on my family. I found a home for Nika, my dog, today, officially. And it's sad, but that's kind of part of the past too, part of the process. It sucks because I love him so much. So does Kalea, but, all the factors involved, we can't keep him. And it's unfortunate that, Alba had said that she'd take the dog, but I'm not giving him to her. She didn't take care of him at all, So I'm going to give him a good life. I found him a good home. Plenty of space to run and free, and there's kids and another dog, and he'll be happy. And we're going to visit him often, so it'll be good. But yeah, man, no matter what, always be genuine, sincere, and true. That's it. That's what you're supposed to do. Do what's right. Always just do what's right. Could I have played into it a little bit? Sure, but that's not the right thing to do, because that wasn't honest and true. The one thing the prosecutor said about me is he felt I was very sincere on there. We'll never know the real reason. They deliberated for less than 2 hours. He said to me he thinks maybe a lot of times there's a holiday tomorrow, which means if they didn't come up with any kind of a verdict, they'd have to come back in on Monday after a holiday weekend. And he said that just normally doesn't happen. So rather than give a verdict of guilty, they just said, not guilty, let's go home. That's a combination of things. But ultimately, I think that I didn't play the victim. I didn't. And if I did, I probably would have won. But, my stage is God's stage. God knows all the actors and all the real ones, and that's what I am. But this will be the last one. I think I might touch base later on. But, thanks for going through the process. I know some of these videos are long. And one of my best friends in the world, I was like, you see the video? He's like, man, it's just too long. I'm like, yeah, but it's, it's informative. But, some people, they don't have the patience for it. I don't actually usually myself. But anyways, that's the update. That's the final. Not guilty. I pray I do. I pray. I swear to God, I pray that she learns her lesson, or a lesson from this, and understands that she towed the line. She got lucky, and this very well could have went the other way. She didn't take the stand for a reason. I don't think it was because they felt they had it, locked in. They didn't want to put her on there because they knew that she did it. She's gonna probably break down and not tell the story the correct way, and that's not good. Is what it is. I got a lot to do, so I'm out. Thanks again, everybody, for caring about me and my family. It means the world to me, and you know who you are, and I thank you very much. Much love. Aloha.